You know, it's pretty wild to think that when just one single solar cell gets a little bit of shade, the entire panel's behavior can change in a flash. It's a really dramatic electrical event, and today we're going to break down the critical protection mechanism that makes it all happen, the bypass diode.
So we've all seen it, right? A shadow falls across a panel and the power output drops. But that's just scratching the surface. What is really going on down at the electrical level in that moment? Well, it's a lot more complex and honestly, way more interesting than you might think.
Okay, so you've probably heard the simple version, that diodes are in there to stop power loss or prevent hotspots. And yeah, that's true, but it's the effect, not the cause. The real story, what's actually happening, is that the diode acts like an emergency escape route, rerouting current to protect the module from a really dangerous condition called reverse bias.
To really get that, we first need to understand what happens to a solar cell when it's put under serious stress. See, in full sun, every single cell is like a tiny generator, all working together in harmony. But the second a shadow hits, one of those generators suddenly becomes a roadblock, threatening the whole operation.
So here's the fundamental problem. In a solar panel, all the cells are wired up in series. The best way to think about it is like a single-lane highway. The current is the traffic, and it has to move at the same speed for everybody. A shaded cell is like a car that suddenly slams on its brakes, causing a massive pileup for the entire string of cells behind it.
And that traffic jam forces the other healthy cells to literally start pushing current through that struggling shaded cell. This condition has a name. It's called reverse bias. The shaded cell completely flips its role. It stops being a power source and becomes a resistor or a load. It actually starts burning up that electrical energy as dangerous heat. So let's just quickly recap that three-step process because it's super important. First, the shaded cell acts like a bottleneck, limiting the current. Second, this creates a major voltage imbalance across the panel. And third, that imbalance forces the shaded cell to become a load, eating power instead of making it. This is all the stress that's building up, right before the magic happens. And all of that stress brings us to the main event, the diode's tipping point. You've got all this electrical pressure building up on one poor cell, but the system has a built-in, last-resort safety measure that's just waiting to spring into action.
Picture this. The voltage across that one shaded cell is just climbing and climbing and climbing as it desperately tries to resist all the current being forced through it. It's straining under all that pressure from the rest of the cells until it hits a critical breaking point.
And boom, just like that, the bypass diode turns on. It happens in an instant. The diode senses that extreme reverse bias voltage and essentially says, all right, that's enough, and it immediately opens up a brand new path for the current to flow.
It's just like a secret emergency exit ramp suddenly opening on the highway right before that big traffic jam. Instead of forcing all the current through the one slow, struggling cell, the diode gives it a super low-resistance detour around that entire group of cells. This lets the current start flowing freely again.
Now, this whole event isn't just something that happens on a diagram. The diode kicking in creates a really clear, measurable signature that technicians can actually see out in the field, a sudden, dramatic collapse in voltage.
And this is the key takeaway, especially for anyone working in solar. When a bypass diode activates, the power doesn't just sort of fade out. No, it's an abrupt step down. The voltage of that entire section of the panel just vanishes instantly from the total output. This table shows you exactly what that looks like. Before activation, when the cell is in reverse bias, the module's voltage is high. But the moment that diode starts conducting, wham, the voltage collapses. But look at the string current, it stays pretty stable. That signature, stable current but collapsing voltage, that's the telltale sign that a bypass diode just did its job. And why does this all matter so much? Well, remember that cell under reverse bias? It was basically turning electricity into heat, a lot of heat. Without that diode creating a bypass, that heat would just keep building and building, creating a hot spot that could literally melt the solder, burn the backsheet, and completely destroy the panel. Okay, so let's bring this all back to the real world. Understanding this electrical event isn't just for the engineers. It's absolutely fundamental for diagnosing problems and staying safe when you're out on a job. So if you're troubleshooting and you see a sudden voltage drop in a string, you now know it might not be a failed panel. It could just be a bypass diode working perfectly, protecting the system from some temporary shading. This knowledge is what helps you tell the difference between normal protective behavior and an actual equipment fault.
But, and this is a big but, there are some serious risks to remember. Hotspots can actually start forming in the moments before the diode activates. It's also really easy to misdiagnose this voltage drop as a bad panel and waste time. And most importantly, these are live DC circuits. Unsafe probing or opening a circuit under the sun can create a very, very dangerous arc.
So if you take one thing away from this, let it be this quote. The bypass diode is not fixing power loss. You still lose the output from that section. Its real job is to perform emergency surgery, rerouting current to protect the module from catastrophic, permanent damage.
And all of this leads us to the final, most crucial point we can make. A shaded panel is not a dead panel. Always treat PV strings as live DC sources when the sun is out. Use your proper isolation procedures, use your DC-rated measurement tools, and please stay safe out there.